Okay. All right, man. I'm going to release you on what's called pre-trial release. You report to the pre-trial release office before 9 o'clock tomorrow. Your court date's going to be June 28th at 8:30. That's Wednesday morning at 8:30. You're to have no contact directly, indirectly, or through a third party alleged victim. You understand that?
Wait, what? That's my best friend.
Yeah, no, not right now. It's not. Stay away.
What happens if we're around each other? Because that's crazy.
It's a violation of your release and you have to be held without bond.
Okay, but like, so I can't go home?
Not if you share a residence with that person.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go to my mom's.
Okay, good.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Yep, right over there.
Jeffrey, you're for the court charge of domestic violence battery. You understand that charge, ma'am?
Correct.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
That is true.
Based on your application, you've indicated you're going to hire your own attorney or represent yourself. Is that also true?
No, I did ask a defender.
Oh, you did, but you make too much money.
Okay, well,
not even
got it. Got it.
So your options now are to represent yourself or hire your own attorney. How's that?
I got you.
Okay, all right. But you're right. You did ask. Jeff, I'm going to bet. I'm going to bet.
No, Your Honor.
That's what look. I'm all right, Miss Jeffrey. I'm going to release you on pre-trial release. You need to be at the pre-trial release office before 9 o'clock tomorrow here at the courthouse. They're going to process you out today. Your court date is going to be June 28th at 8:30. That's Wednesday morning at 8:30. Okay.
Okay.
You're to have no contact directly, indirectly, or through a third party with the alleged victim.
Okay.
Any questions about that?
Well, no, but he's the only one down here that I know, so he's planning on picking me up.
Yeah, maybe we can get somebody else to do that.
I don't know anybody else. You're really okay, no problem.
Right?
Council. On March 25th, Mr. Hill was arrested on charge of domestic violence and assaulting resisting an officer. He was then brought over to circuit court because he waived his exam. Then he had contacted probation in April indicating he had been placed on a tether through the Wayne County Jail. And because of his incarceration, was unable to start anger management. On April 18th, he started with Detroit Recovery Project. And apparently, as of June 23rd, is now enrolled in a 13-week anger management course.
That's correct, Judge. Mr. Hill has been doing his anger management. I believe he has his 4th class this week. The domestic violence charge was ultimately dropped, and Mr. Hill did plead guilty to an attempt resisting and obstructing a police officer. He has been going to the Detroit Recovery for counseling, but his last appointment there, his counselor was not present, and nobody ever called to let him know that they had essentially canceled his counseling visit that day. So moving forward, Mr. Hill wants to go to a place that he wants to find a new place that's a little bit more professional, and will at least let him know that there could be potential changes. Additionally, Your Honor, he does plan on start making payments towards his costs and fines next month. So at this time, I would simply just be asking that his jail review be set out once more. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And so, Mr. Hill, I see that we have proof of that you had an intake scheduled in April, but we don't have any update information regarding your counseling. Have you been attending your counseling appointments other than the last one that was canceled?
Yeah, your honor, before that, I got scheduled when I did my intake. I got scheduled, and when I went in, they didn't even have me like on the appointment sheet. So it kind of like threw me off, and then I set another appointment because the way that the therapist is, I'm working 6 days now, your honor. I've been working for like the past 5 weeks. So I work 12 hours a day. I'm working from 6 to 6. So I tried to set aside and get time off of work to go to therapy. But then when I just went in, when they scheduled me another appointment, because her late days is only on Wednesdays. So my manager let me, leave early. I told her I was going to therapy, so she allowed me to leave early. And when I got in there, the lady said my therapist just left. So I was telling my lawyer, like, if somebody can give me any leads to some place that's more professional, because I just don't like the whole scenery, and it seemed like they need more help than me, your honor.
They need more help than you? Okay.
Yeah, your honor, it's bad. They unprofessional. And I don't want to have to keep missing work. I just got there. So I don't want to keep calling off, and they didn't. And the thing about it, I called them earlier that day, your honor, and asked them because it happened to me before, and asked the lady, was everything solidified for 5 o'clock on Wednesday? And she told me everything, I was on the schedule and everything was solidified to come in. And when I got in there, she said, my therapist left 30 minutes ago.
Okay, so sir, you're gonna have to contact DWIN again, Detroit Wind Integrated Health Network, to request a different location. So you're going to have to do that today since you're off work, right?
Yeah, I'm off. Okay, yeah, I'm off, your honor. Yes.
So make sure you're doing that today.
Okay. And when I got enrolled in anger management, I took 2 class. I'm gonna take 2 classes every Saturday, so I should be done with that within 4 or 5 weeks. Because the guy that's running the class said he allowed me to take 2 classes every Saturday, so I'll be on my 4th class.
Okay, well, sir, and that's fantastic. However, what I want you to do is I want you to not rush. I want you to not rush through it. I want you to take time to receive what you're being given. Okay, and I want you just to rush through it, just to check it off to say you're done. I want you to be present in the moment, so you're taking in what you're getting. Okay?
Yes, your honor.
Okay. Okay, so we can set this matter. We'll adjourn this to August 21st at 10 a.m. Sir, I'm hoping that by then you'll at least have had a new counselor and you had that participate in a couple sessions.
It will be done, I promise. All of that, everything gonna be done when I come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the chance too, your honor. Thank you.
23 CR 1199 is now called. Michelle Guerrero.
Your Honor,
This is an announcement
I'm
today?
needing the interpreter to be able to discuss his case, discuss the recommendation, and to see if he wants to sign 3 papers.
Oh, okay. We haven't done that yet. Okay.
No, sir, I didn't.
All right. Joe Vasquez, while we're doing that, can we do another sentencing with Joe Vasquez? Or we don't have, only solamente uno translator?
No, we have to.
What did he say? I actually don't speak Spanish.
¿Dónde? Hello. Hola.
Niña, tu novio no sabe español.
Okay. Sir, are you going to help him on this? Okay. Well, then,
Mr. Vasquez is ready with his client and his interpreter.
all right. Then.
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
All right, let me call the case. The court is calling 2023 CR 3443, State of Texas versus Larry Everett Berry. Can I have parties announce for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Canton Longacre for Mr. Barry.
All right, and are you Mr. Berry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're here for sentencing. Oh, this is taking a while. He entered a plea on July 10th. Okay, I see why it was taking a while. Your attorney was unable to appear, and then we had to have a mental health evaluation to be completed.
That has occurred, Judge.
All right. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report state?
I did at the previous setting, Judge, and I believe, is it 16 months opposed? Is that what?
Yes.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you reviewed the PSI report?
We have, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report state?
No
No, Your
objection,
Honor.
Your Honor.
Defense, any objection?
No.
All right. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 16 months in the state jail facility. There's a $2,000 fine. The state opposes your application, and there's to be restitution for drug testing. State, all right. Can you state your name for the record?
Larry Everett Berry.
All right. Do you want to ask your client questions?
A few, Mr. Barry. Excuse me, Mr. Barry, on paper, you don't look like a good candidate for probation. Can you tell the judge why now, today, you are a good candidate for probation?
Everyone, please whisper, or either you cannot talk.
Yes, I would like to have probation to change my life. I got a job. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm staying out of trouble. I'm not out there doing nothing to society, anything. I'm just trying to be a better man to my kids and all that. And my son's birthday this Saturday, and I'm trying to get this opportunity to just do right.
Do you understand, we went over it from the report. You understand that the recommendation is some mental health treatment that could run about 120 to 180 days.
Yes, sir.
And you want that mental health treatment?
Yes, sir.
You want to get your mental health issues resolved finally?
Yes, sir.
How about the chemical dependency end of it, the alcohol and drugs? Do you want to get that issue resolved?
Yes,
fully
sir.
and finalized?
Yes, sir.
So, and you do have a job now.
Yes, sir.
Who do you work for, sir?
I work for Sam's Burger Joint. I'm a cook there.
I understand. Anything further you want to add to the judge?
I hope I get the opportunity to get probation, to get all the help I can through what I've been through and everything else.
Is it fair to say that what you've been through legally has been your responsibility? I mean, you caused it.
Yes, sir.
Agreed?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right. Any questions?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Berry, my name is Hank Wilkins. I'm a prosecutor here. But I just have a few questions, and if you don't understand anything, you know, hey, I don't understand that. I'll try and phrase it in a different way.
Okay.
But you've been on probation before, right?
No.
You weren't on probation for theft in 2010?
I'll remember. I probably have, but.
All right. You want to show him his criminal history?
Yes, sir. So this is on page 2 of the TAP evaluation here. Did you go over this with your attorney, maybe the last setting?
Yes.
So on page 2 here, this is in January of 2010. You got this theft, granted 6 months probation, and then it was revoked a couple of months later. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay. And then so that's a misdemeanor. But then, do you recall in 2016 you were on probation for a felony assault family second offense? Do you remember this one?
Mm-hmm.
You don't? Okay. So you were granted 3 years deferred in 2017, and then you were revoked later in 2017. Do you remember that?
No, sir.
Okay. I believe there was another one out of state. Do you remember ever being on probation in Ohio?
I think so. I believe so, but I ain't been back in Ohio for years.
Okay. So it looks like you were granted 2 years of probation on a felony receiving stolen property in 2000. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
No, sir. Okay. Well, sir, it looks like you were revoked in 2002 for that. Do you remember that?
No.
No, sir. Okay. Looks like you had a domestic violence in 2003 that you got a year probation on. Do you remember that?
No.
Do you remember your probation was terminated later in 2004? No. I'm sure. Okay.
I get back home, God know who.
So can you tell the judge why, if you're given the opportunity this time, it's going to be different?
Yeah, if I get the opportunity to get probation this time, everything will be totally different. I'm a working person. I don't sell drugs. I don't do anything anymore. I'm more of a family man.
Okay, here's the thing. Don't do that thing about I don't sell drugs. I don't belong to a gang. You know why? Because I don't do drugs. I don't sell drugs. I don't belong to a gang. Half the people who are in here, well, I won't say half. I'd say a third. Like your attorney doesn't do drugs, sell drugs, or belong to a gang. So don't do that like you want a cookie for being a law-abiding citizen. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the state asks you about your criminal history. Do you remember going to prison?
Here in San Antonio?
No, just prison, period.
Yeah, I've been there.
All right, so why are you pretending like you don't know about this stuff?
Because I don't know about the probation. I ain't never, I don't know. I just always been locked up.
No, there's an assault case here where you were on deferred adjudication and it got revoked and you went to prison. Are you trying to tell the court that you don't remember that?
I can't remember because I was homeless at the time. I jumped from, I ain't had no place to stay.
No. But people will remember going before a judge and a judge saying, I'm no longer going to keep you on probation. I'm sending you to prison. You're telling me that you don't remember that.
No, because
that's odd.
I mean, I've been going through it like a hard time at the time. I don't really have no family here but my kids. I'm the only kid down here from Cincinnati.
No. You're jumping over talking about different things that I'm not talking about right now. We'll get to your children. You have been to the state jail facility before. You've been to prison before, and you're making it seem like you don't remember any of this. Counsel, you want to step back and talk to him and see if he remembers his criminal history?
Judge, we have talked about it, but we've also talked about his mental health conditions, unresolved mental health conditions, which include bipolar and major depression.
I mean, you can be majorly.
Penalty history. He's been under the influence a lot of the time during a lot of his life.
All right, you can be bipolar, but you know if you've been to prison before. You can be depressed, but I think you know if you've been to prison before. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me and say, Judge, you're wrong. People who have been majorly depressed don't remember going to prison. People who are bipolar don't remember going to prison. People who are the only person in a particular state or city with no family members don't remember going to prison, because he's just told the prosecutor, and if I'm wrong, let me know. He's just told the prosecutor he doesn't remember any of these charges.
I understood him to tell the prosecutor that he didn't remember the probation revocations, which he and I talked about. And I made a point of saying, you've not done well on probation before on a number of occasions. Why is it going to be different? Why in the world would this judge do anything different? But he acknowledged that he recalled the state jail incarceration as well as the TDC.
All right. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
It'll be dirty. I ain't gonna lie.
Dirty for what?
Marijuana.
And what else?
And alcohol and I've been partying. Yeah.
Oh, what else? You say alcohol and I've been partying. So what else are you going to be dirty for?
Okay.
All right. And how often are you using cocaine?
Nah, not that much. It was like when I go to parties.
All right. Why are you going to parties and you're supposed to be so concerned about your children?
It was like football season and all that stuff. I go to places like that because I don't have cable at the home. I go to like friends' houses and all that.
And do drugs.
I don't choose to, but it just, if it's there, like when we win, because I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan. Like when we win, it just slang way like.
Well, that's rare. The Cincinnati Bengals rarely win.
Yeah, but that's my team.
I understand. All right. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Nothing further from us, Judge.
All right. You're going into custody today. This is what's going to end up happening. You can either go to the state jail facility or either you can go to inpatient treatment. Felony drug court, if they have a place available for you, then you will be at felony drug court. So do you prefer to go to the state jail facility, do your time of 18 months, or would you like treatment?
Treatment.
Okay.
Judge, if I may, excuse me. Yeah, the recommendation is not.
Judge, Mr. Barry has already been evaluated for felony drug court. It does look like as of July 25th, 2023, he did meet criteria. However, he needed to be re-referred if he was granted supervision.
Yes. So that's what we will do, but he's going into custody today. And I know you may think it's wrong of me to put you in custody today, but guess what? Saturday is upon us. Thanksgiving is upon us. And everybody knows Thanksgiving, I grew up Thanksgiving watching the Cowboys play and shelling pecans. But those are just breeding grounds for you to go to somebody's house and end up doing drugs. And guess what? The last time you do drugs may be the last time you do drugs. And your family members who are in Cincinnati or wherever they may be will have to come down and identify your body, or either your children will have to identify your body. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance. It's completely up to you what you do with it. And there was an application just for regular probation. So the court will sentence you to 16 months in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's to be a referral to felony drug court, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. There's to be a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted, then he'll go to SATF. If SATF is not available, then it will be ISF, substantive abuse track. Substance abuse tracks, sorry. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, the 200 hours of community service restitution will be deemed to be satisfied. There's to be restitution to BCSO for drug testing. And let me see if we have an amount for that. State, do we have an amount for the drug testing?
It's usually $57, Judge.
But do we?
I think that's sort of what the standard is, 57 for either SAP or BCSO.
All right, we'll do restitution to BCSO for drug testing if submitted. And that needs to be submitted no later than December 18th, whatever their restitution is. Counsel, if there's an issue with their restitution amount, just let the court know.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month upon release. And that will be for 4 months. And then it can be at probation's discretion. Who are your children with now?
With their mama.
Okay. And is there child protective services involved? Okay. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor. He criteria for PRS. I'm not sure if his mental health issues will disqualify him from status if drug court is not.
All right, then.
Excuse me, Judge, I had a question in that regard too. I understood you to say SATF first, and if
No, felony drug court first.
I'm sorry, felony drug court first, if rejected their SATF, if rejected there, then the dual diagnosis.
No, then ISF. Since I know SATF will reject him then for the mental health, remove SATF for my order. And we'll try with ISF substance abuse track, and then if not, DDRF. And the reason why I'm doing that is because what is the wait time for DDRF?
Or it just depends on if the individual is stable on medication.
All right. So we'll try referral to felony drug court first. And then if you can try ISF substantive track and DDRF. And they will let you know what the wait time is for DDRF and what the wait time is for ISF substantive abuse track. Okay. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. If you have your hands and then you continue to use, you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I got sick when I was in the prison. I got lung cancer.
Okay.
I spit up blood every day.
Okay.
I'm trying to get help for that, but they won't be. I ain't got no insurance. I just filed for Social Security.
Okay, so here's the thing. I understand and I appreciate what you're telling me about your issues. One, I don't have any medical documentation of that. And two, how do you think your lung cancer is going with you using cocaine? And are you using cocaine by snorting it, inhaling it?
I snorted.
That's probably not good for your lungs. Do you understand?
But I filed for Social Security. I just got my papers back. So hopefully I get granted for I could get insurance to get the help, but they won't pay $3,000 for the surgery.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you. Okay. Thank you. Jerry Torres.
Maybe, good, Judge.
Yes.